My guess is you're here to see this 8-in tractor starter because there's no other 8-in tractor starters out on the web. I had a problem with mine. Oh, this is the tractor starter right here, but I kind of wanted to leave it covered up just to tease you a little bit. Thought I would talk about the starter first. This starter went out, so I decided I would either rebuild it, buy a new one. If you buy a new one, it costs you $150. If you rebuild it yourself, it costs $9 or $10 in parts. And of course, my first reaction was, I don't have time to build starters. But then I thought, that tractor, it's a 1948 8-in, is as old as I am. And I remembered when I was younger, not being able to afford starters, that I did rebuild them, and it was actually pretty easy. I believe it was a 50-something Cadillac. It was huge. But mainly it was just putting in new brushes. So what I wanted to do here was not only rebuild the brushes, but to paint it up so that it looks a little more exciting than traditional red tractor. And the thing was really nasty, covered with like dirt and rust and oil and such. So I took it and I put it on my wire wheel and took all the paint off and got some primer and primed it, and then I painted it. So let me just show you what I did. I think it's beautiful. And I left the copper contact. I didn't know that thing was copper, but I read some parts manual, so I got it on the wheel, and it's actually quite beautiful. Nice copper piece. I should have got some brasso and shined it up, but you know, there are limits. There's 2 bolts in the back. You undo these bolts on the tractor, and then you're able to pull this thing out. After you pull it out, the thing will be held together by this plate here. And that plate sort of holds this contraption together. And you continue to unscrew these things. And then the plate will pop off. And you can actually pull this out. And it's got the coil on it. And then inside, you'll see the brushes. There's 4 of them. But to get to the brushes, you need to take off this band here, because behind the band are 4 cutouts that are made specifically for getting at the brushes. So once you pull that out, you can, there's a couple screws back there. You can get the first 2 brushes off real easy. And then the second ones are soldered in. And reading on the internet, I read a lot of people saying that's why you take them to the place to get them rebuilt, because it's a real pain to solder those connections. Nevertheless, undaunted, since I had gone that far anyway, I remembered that I had a older style cutting torch with acetylene and oxygen, one of those Benson or something, kind of old, and it was not much fun, but I wanted to get it done. I saw that there's a torch called a blazer, They call it a professional torch. You can buy it on the internet for about $40. I would have done that, but I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get it rebuilt so I could put it back in the tractor and do some work this weekend. I'm pretty excited about seeing it put back in the tractor and working, and rebuilding your own stuff kind of enhances the enjoyment. There. So I got the back painted with a silver spray. Painted the band and masked off all the bolts. So I think it looks good.